Keep it right here for all your NASCAR on FS1. NASCAR Race Hub. John Roberts and the crew coming up next. Then the ARCA Series has their annual shot at Daytona International Speedway, 4 p.m. NASCAR Race Day at 6 takes you up to the Clash at Daytona. Dale Earnhardt Jr. joins us in the booth to call the Clash.
3.5 minutes, Mike. 3.5 minutes of practice left, and there's crew chiefs down there saying, man, get us right. Let's get back there and make one more run.
Like Chris Buescher is doing right now, new teammate to A.J. Allmendinger. During this 4-hour session, the car that spent the most time on the track was Kyle Larson, 20 minutes and 30 seconds on the track.
Wow.
By contrast, Martin Truex, 1 minute, 33 seconds.
That's 1.5 laps.
Yeah, but then if you revert, which one spent the most time in the inspection?
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, Kyle Larson started this practice session by making multiple lap runs. I think Jimmy Johnson sort of did the same thing, and then they started going to the single lap runs, which is why they had more time.
That was like with Truex. I mean, you think about it, he was about 3 hours behind everybody. And the first run he made was a good run, but everybody else made that run earlier on and were able to improve.
Kyle Busch airing out his fire suit.
I'm wondering if that's not just some sand and dust that's accumulating inside the car, blowing around inside the car, or maybe from some of that speedy drying. It looks like he's giving himself a shower.
And his phone too. Got to go to appearance.
Nobody out on pit road, and reports of a stray sprinkle or two out there.
I never thought I'd see the day where you'd come here and at the end of a Daytona practice, get ready to qualify, there'd be nobody on pit road.
How many times have you run to the truck and said, can we just have 5 more minutes?
They finally found out how to stop that from happening. 4 hours of practice.
We just had 5 more minutes.
DJ Kennington searching for a bit of speed here. He is 39th of 42. And one of those 6 open drivers, non-charter drivers, who has to race or time his way in. Brendan Gaughan, the quickest of those, then Elliott Sadler, then Reed Sorensen. Kennington 4th of those 6, ahead of Corey LaJoie and Timmy Hill.
But you know, there's a perfect example watching this car come down the back straightaway there, and you can look even right here. Look at the gap underneath that front splitter. It's a pretty good gap there, and probably catch a little bit of air. And that's where these top teams are so advanced in how they get those ride heights just perfect to get the most speed out of the car.
They science it out.
Right.
I love it when I hear guys say, oh, we're sciencing out the front end. That blows my mind.
It's really tough for a team, to come down here and not have all that, those resources at their disposal to be able to map that out or science it out.
We just did trial and error. Well, that's too much. Give it a little bit back. Do a little more.
Kennington completes his run, and that's going to do it. There's 42 seconds left in the session. No takers on track or on pit road. Let's check with Chris Neville.
Yeah, and Eric Jones done with this practice session. Eric, you missed about, a little over 2 hours initially because you guys were having problems getting the car through the templates, but did you get everything off the checklist?
We got real close. We wanted to do one more run. That was our plan, but just kind of ran out of time. But the 5-hour Energy Camry was okay. I wish we were a little bit higher up on the charts, kind of what we were talking about. But good baseline, a lot of good things we learned today, I think, to go into tomorrow. So you never know what's going to change tomorrow. Track and weather and everything's going to change, so it should be fun to see where we end up.
Still a lot to learn in the Cup car. You've never done a super speedway race. You're going to watch the race tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I've probably studied more for this race than really any other race in my career. So I spent a couple hours at JGR with their aero guy, going over stuff and trying to figure out how to draft and how to make maneuvers and how to pass. So there's a lot of things to the Cup drafting that's different than the Xfinity or the Truck Series. So I'm looking forward to seeing tonight kind of some of those things I learned, hopefully put into action.
Yeah, Eric's got a busy year in front of him, running for Rookie of the Year over here. Also going to do 17 races on the Xfinity side.
He was one of 6 drivers that ran 9 laps. Martin Truex ran the least, just 1. Kyle Busch the most, 32 laps. So Joey Logano and Ford win practice. Logano, Almirola, Keselowski the first 3. Kyle Larson the fastest Chevrolet. Daniel Suarez, the rookie, the fastest Toyota.
Don't count out Dale Earnhardt Jr. Great to have him back at the racetrack.
It really is. But you know, one of the things that really surprised watching all these practice qualifying runs is how many Fords are in the top 10. Somebody's done their homework.
Qualifying tomorrow live on Fox later in the afternoon than we've usually seen, with a bit of a schedule adjustment. And there are the 42 drivers. Coming up on FS1, NASCAR Race Hub is next, followed by the annual ARCA race here at Daytona. And then NASCAR Race Day will take you up to start time for the Clash at Daytona. All live on FS1, Fox Sports, and FS1, your home for NASCAR. Wind still out of the southwest, little light sprinkle just here and there. Clouds seem to have gone a bit higher, although it's a pretty solid overcast over the speedway right now. And the Ford boys will have something to celebrate after this 4-hour session today, in which they knocked down 7 of the top 10 spots, including all the first 3.
Wow. Impressive.
Strong performance led by Team Penske. Logano first, Keselowski third, Blaney fifth for the Wood brothers. We'll find out what they've got tomorrow with Daytona 500 qualifying live on Fox. But a lot of NASCAR coming your way right here on FS1.